With roots reaching back to the very beginning of the Japanese automotive industry, Nissan has a long history of making some of the best-selling sports cars in the world. From the beginning, Nissan's cars were built to be good-looking and fun to drive. Sporty models like the 510 and 240Z were huge successes. The 240SX was especially appealing to motorsport fans who wanted to experience the joy of driving a front-engine, rear-wheel drive car, a layout that made it popular for drifting. Nismo, the motorsports division of Nissan, creates high-performance race cars. Their team was the first from Japan to win an international victory, taking the grueling 1958 Around Australia Rally. Where Nissan really shines, however, is in the Super GT series, formerly known as the All-Japan Touring Car Championship. Nissan has won 14 team titles and 16 drivers' championships, more than any other company. Since the 1970s, the Mitsubishi Lancer has raced all over the world, evolving into one of the finest rally cars of its time. The Lancer has earned victories for Mitsubishi in some of the toughest races in the world, including the East African Safari Rally. The Lancer's rally supremacy would reach its apex in the late 90s with 4 straight World Rally Championship drivers' titles. In order to distance itself from its rivals, Mitsubishi transformed the Lancer into a series of evolution models, each with increasing performance. Improvements included a 2-liter turbocharged engine and 4-wheel drive. As more versions of the Evolution were produced, horsepower and aerodynamics improved as well, helping Mitsubishi battle both on the road and off. Toyota has grown from a humble textile factory in the 1920s to become one of the largest companies in the world. They are so big in Japan, in fact, that a city near the factory was renamed Toyota City. The 2 top-selling cars in the world, the Corolla and the Camry, are both Toyotas. The Corolla alone has sold over 39 million models. Parked end to end, they would circle the globe 4 times. They may be known for their popular, dependable cars, but Toyota also has a history of success in motorsport. Toyota has been active in many forms of racing, including the World Rally Championship, NASCAR, and Formula One. Their drivers have captured 4 WRC titles, and the Camry has won 74 NASCAR races in 6 seasons. Skyline is Nissan's premium sports brand, but the line was not originally designed for racing. The original Skyline was a mid-size family model, the first Japanese car made in Europe. The Skyline made its racing debut in the 1960s, winning several Japanese Grand Prix races. The car's long wheelbase and low-grip tires made the Skyline one of the first popular drifting cars. In 1969, the Skyline debuted its high-end performance model, GT-R. It would become a high-tech, high-horsepower juggernaut. The R32 dominated Group A racing, scoring 29 straight victories over 4 seasons. The car also won the Japanese Grand Touring Championship in 1993 and set an all-wheel drive drag racing world record. Diamond Star Motors, or DSM, began as a joint venture of Chrysler and Mitsubishi in 1985. Mitsubishi had been rebadging cars to sell in the United States as Chrysler, Dodge, and Plymouth branded products since 1970, and DSM allowed new cars to be made on U.S. soil. DSM is most notable for creating the Mitsubishi Eclipse, Plymouth Laser, and Eagle Talon, using the legendary 4G63 engine that would later propel the World Rally Championship winning Lancer Evolution. The turbo four-cylinder featured an iron block designed to hold prodigious amounts of boost, transferred into acceleration by an optional all-wheel drive system. This makes the Eclipse, Laser, and Talon cars extremely popular among drag racers and street tuners, squeezing every ounce of power from the engine. The Mazda RX series was built for hardcore racing enthusiasts. The cars were Spartan machines with an emphasis on driving dynamics rather than creature comforts. Conceived as a family of lightweight, rear-drive sports cars, the series started in 1970 with the RX-2. The cars would feature unique rotary engines that built power using triangular rotors instead of traditional pistons. The Mazda RX series would reach its zenith in 1978 with the RX-7, a car that is regarded today as one of the most important cars to come out of Japan. The RX-7 has appeared in films, TV shows, and video games, including the blockbuster movie The Fast and the Furious and the popular Japanese manga and anime series Initial D. The RX-7's popularity extends beyond pop culture. It made Car and Driver magazine's 10 Best lists on several occasions and has competed at the Spa 24 Hours race. For 1969, Nissan USA President Katayama began development of an affordable sports car. In Japan, the car would be known as the Fairlady Z, and elsewhere as the Datsun 240Z. The Nissan Z series would sell over 2 million cars, becoming the fastest-selling sports car in history. The fuel crisis of the 1970s favored smaller, efficient cars like the 240Z, and it was an instant hit. With excellent balance and rear-wheel drive, the 240Z became a racing powerhouse, winning multiple SCCA and IMSA class championships and first in the East African Safari Rally. The Z car line was updated with the 280ZX and radically redesigned with the 300ZX, 350Z, and 370Z, each generation improving handling, acceleration, and refinement while maintaining what makes a Z car so special: rear-wheel drive performance and reliability at a reasonable price. Founded in 1900, Dodge existed solely to manufacture parts for the Ford Motor Company and other smaller clients in Michigan. As Ford grew, so did Dodge, and in 1915, the first Dodge rolled off the line. Originally a separate company, Chrysler was founded in 1925 and did extremely well in Motor City, and in 1926 purchased Dodge. Soon after the Second World War, the powerful Hemi engine was born, and the company from Detroit made a name for themselves producing powerful muscle cars like the Challenger, Charger, and Barracuda. Burnouts, hood scoops, and vibrant, flashy paint defined the Dodge muscle car. Due to the oil crisis in the mid-70s, muscle cars all but disappeared, but enthusiasts continued to fight over which one was best. With such high demand, Dodge and Chrysler worked together to resurrect their long-extinct line of high-performance machines. Henry Ford was more than a car innovator. He changed the landscape of America forever. Working as an engineer for Thomas Edison in the 1890s, Henry Ford admired the genius of Edison and his keen eye for business. These traits inspired Ford to make his mark in a new industry: automobile manufacturing. When Ford founded his own company, he pioneered the assembly line production of automobiles, a dramatic shift that made cars affordable for the average person. In 1964, the Ford Company was still setting trends and shaping the industry with the unprecedented success of the Mustang, which helped kick off the era of small but powerful pony cars. Ford was a pioneer in international expansion as well. Ford models have dominated the European market for years, offering distinctly different vehicles than those available in North America, helping the Ford empire remain one of the largest automakers in the world.